Hey, everybody. Hey, I wanted to invite you into my classroom for just a minute for the second episode of the STEAM Moment at the Mount. For several years, I've been wanting to do a living history project using Minecraft in the classroom. And so I began looking at Minecraft and determined that it was a little too expensive for my school, being $5 a student. So I looked for other options and came up with Minetest. It's an open source version of Minecraft. And I reached out to some of the programmers, the developers, and they began helping me. One particular began to help me as we planned out what my project with the Living History Project would be with these kids. And so what you're seeing in the video, these kids, we were divided up into 6 groups per class. And in each class, there were 6 groups with about 4 to 5 kids in each group. The kids were divided up. 2 groups volunteered to be in the south. The other 4 groups were assigned to the north. Now you're probably asking, why did you not just do 3 in the south and 3 in the north? Well, I tried to stick close to history, and the north had more population than the south, so I kept the ratio kind of equal with 2 groups being in the south and 4 groups being in the north. That helped keep everything kind of equal. Now what you're seeing in the video here is they're researching differences between the north and the south. They're researching, learning this stuff, and then you'll see in some of the images here, they're actually planning out their cities, and they're just dividing up who's doing what with each thing as they're going through it. You know, they're dividing up the assignments for who's building what and what's going on. So in the north, they were going to build cities and factories and a whole lot of apartments. In the south, they were going to build towns and lots of farms. We decided to use survival mode. For those of you who know what survival mode is, it's when you can actually die if you fall off a cliff, or if you starve, you die. And so we decided to do that because it added a realistic element to it, because now the players can't just go around building stuff. They're actually having to work and make food so that they can eat, so that they don't die. So now we bring in the economy of things before the war, and so now the kids are having to trade. Some are farming, some are building, some are making clothes, some are doing different jobs, and so they're having to do all this stuff. Meanwhile, they're learning, but they're having a blast while they're doing it. After we finish covering the time before the Civil War, we're actually going to try and make this a year-long project, and we're going to cover the Civil War. We're actually going to try and have a battle where the kids can blow up stuff. And then after we've destroyed a bunch of stuff, we're going to go through and study Reconstruction, and then we're going to have to rebuild everything, especially in the South. Once we finish with Reconstruction, we're going to move on to westward expansion and the Transcontinental Railroad, and we're going to build those things. We're going to build sod houses on the Great Plains. We're going to build the Transcontinental Railroad, and we're going to build towns all along the railroad. And then when we study things like World War I and World War II, we're actually going to try and reach out to schools in other countries to see if they'd like to do some collaboration. So it's an extremely exciting time to be in Mr. Harvey's classroom. I love what I'm doing. I'm having more fun teaching now than I ever have. The things we're doing are so much fun, and the kids are learning and having a blast while they're doing it. Hey, I appreciate you taking just a few minutes to look and see what it's like to be inside the Harvey History Classroom. Thanks.